I now give the floor to Major General Patrick Gauchat. You have the floor, sir.
Mr. President, member of the Security Council, I'm grateful for the opportunity to brief you on the situation in the Andov area of operations and the challenges faced by our peacekeepers on the Golan. The fall of the Assad government on 8 December has had an impact on the Andov area of operation and Andov activities. For example, the Syrian military is not represented anymore for the fortnightly inspections carried out through Observer Group Golan on the military position of the Syrian security forces, nor it is represented for discussions on presumed violations. While Andov has had continuous contact with Syrian interlocutors throughout these recent developments, liaison by Andov with Syria is impacted. The mission is working on establishing stable communication channels with the caretaker authorities. I note recent public statements by the caretaker authorities regarding their commitment to the 1974 agreement. Andov personnel supported by UNSO military observers serving in Observer Group Golan remain at all their positions occupied before December 2024. They continue to carry out their mandated activities, which include monitoring and observing the area of separation and the ceasefire lines, as well as patrolling the area of limitation. The Israeli Defense Forces remain present in the area of separation. The IDF continue to carry out construction work inside the area of separation with heavy equipment. They also set up communication equipment inside the area. The IDF has informed Andov that, I quote, it would enter the area of separation as a temporary defensive measure to prevent it from being occupied by non-state armed groups following the withdrawal of the Syrian authorities. End of quote. Andov has informed its Israeli counterparts that their presence and actions in the area of separation constitute a violation of the 1974 disengagement of force agreement, and Andov continues to reiterate in their ongoing contacts the need for full respect of the agreement. I must restate that the 1974 disengagement agreement between the State of Israel and the State of Syria remains valid. The full operational movement of UN personnel in the area of separation, including patrolling and logistical movement, has been impacted by the IDF presence and roadblock in the area. Andov used to conduct approximately 55 to 60 daily operational and essential logistical movement, and is currently restricted to approximately 10 essential logistical movement per day in this area of separation. But at the same time, Andov and Observer Group Golan could adapt their operations in the area of limitation on the Bravo side and increased the number of patrols from 10 to 40 per week. Also, Andov could neutralize a few unexploded ordinances that were found in public areas on the Bravo side, which represented a danger for the population. Residents in the area of separation have reached out to Andov to appeal for its assistance, to ask the IDF to leave their village centers and lift roadblocks impacting their agricultural works. They have protested that the IDF has disrupted their communities and expressed fear, reporting instances of damage and destruction allegedly by IDF battle tank to roads, water pumping stations, and solar panels. Some residents have also protested IDF searches in their villages, with some reporting arrests of their relatives. UNDOF is liaising with the Israeli authorities, including the IDF and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in this regard, and lately several discussions indicated positive exchanges and real progress. Mr. President, it is imperative that the UN peacekeepers are allowed to carry out their mandated task without obstruction. The mission has consistently called on all parties to maintain the ceasefire, refrain from any action in violation of the 1974 Agreement on Disengagement, and to respect UNDOF and its mandate. The mission maintains its liaison with the IDF to ensure that it continues to carry out its operational activities in a safe and secure manner without any hindrance to its freedom of movement to fully implement its mandate. There should be no military forces or activities in the area of separation other than UNDOF. It is imperative that all parties respect their obligation under the 1974 Disengagement of Force Agreement and uphold the terms of the agreement to preserve stability on the Golan. We count on the continued support of member states to ensure that UNDOF continues to have at its disposal all means and resources for effective and efficient level of operational activities. The mission needs to return to its full mandate implementation as prescribed in the Disengagement of Force Agreement signed by the parties and mandated under the Security Council Resolution 350 decided in 1974. Mr. President, let me conclude by extending once again our heartfelt condolences to the family of Brigadier General Amitabh Jha, who passed away on 23rd December last year during his tour of duty as Deputy Force Commander of UNDOF. I'm grateful to the countries providing military personnel to UNDOF and UNSO for their critical contributions, which are key factors in the force's ability to implement the mandate. I commend the efficiency and dedication of UNDOF and Observer Group Golan personnel, military and civilian. Thank you.
I thank Major General Patrick Gosha for his statement.